therefore, it's purely about how you analyze the data, verify the data, and whether the people that's what you go across. And how do you go about it? The whole gamut of data now, maybe they will bring them in sacks, back to back, and they point out to you. And there are procedures in which you can go about it. And I want to give you some of these procedures so that you can be familiar with it. Because the major task before you is that of what? Processing. What? Processing. The gamut of data, everything now. Assuming you use questionnaire, for instance, to bring out, and they bring the questionnaire from different angles, and they brought it back. Plenty of them. So your first task, your first assignment is what? Process. So your first step, not processing. You said by through processing the data. How do you process the data? Process the data. How do you process? I want to give you a few steps to which and guide you. Processing the data. Step number 1. Data collection. So when you collect the data now, all right, and data is here with you. So then step 2 is data filtering. Data filtering. You collect the data, you filter the data. How do you filter the data? You can filter the data through what? You clean the data because this information of questionnaire, they always mistake some. So then they will duplicate. Because you are not the person that did the work. Somebody did complete the work. You will find somebody that will give you blank. So you sift it out. Sift out about filtering. This one, okay, this one answered the well. Okay, this one is right. You find somebody will even duplicate the thing for you. Doesn't concern you. So it's there for you now to filter it. Put this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. So that the whole idea is going to come with a clean data. The whole idea is to enable you come with a clean data. Because the respondents that are going to that give response to your work, some of them may do it shabbily. Some of them might even give you, they even use wrong quotation. Some people might even, the right might even be clear for you. So it is your role now to filter everything, filter it, so that you get the correct ones you've done. Number 3 now, formatting. You need formatting now. Formatting. I said 1, filtering. But 6 are not. Filtering. Number 2, formatting. Yeah, processing. Data collection. That was just whatever is collection. Your copy, they give you. Alright, so you can read from 2, you can 3, but this guy is the one that the data collection is like the one that the proper field and you collect it. That's the one. So step 2 is filtering. Step 3, formatting. So you can put that on that line.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But for me, I don't always consider that one as a stage. But yeah. But then collection, you collect, you know that you're going to collect it. So you're collecting them, you're filtering them, and you're formatting them. So how do we format it now? There are some ways in which you can go about formatting this data. This is how you format it now. It is now left for you to come out with a good format, either by tables, all right, classify them by tables, all right, or you classify them by histograms and so on. You classify them that way. Okay, let's make a table for all those who, for all the males, put them together. All those data that came from the east, you put them together. So that you now say, okay, from North Central, I have this figure. From and then I have these males. So you're categorizing them. All right. Assuming your studies now is let me use some. But I can't give you a topic now. Your central bank, right? Can we have the topic now? Monetary policies. Now, let me use this one. I'll go back to this one, but let me use something here. An assessment of policies, monetary policies. Or poverty reduction in Nigeria, right? Okay, among not a government income based state. Now, the way this she's going to collect this data, she may have movement coming across several zones of the state. We have three zones, depending on the method you give us. How you want to start together. Now you will now say, okay, information from the south. We get together, right? From the central, we get together. From the south, we get together. Good morning, how are you? So you form a table of it. So that from the glance you know that if you got from the south submitted, whatever, because you filter them up. The moment you begin to filter them, you will have a drop. That's what you use, right? So you put it like that. And then what kind of women categorize again? Women from this as social background, high social background, low social background, you classify them like that. So but by the time you need to categorize them. So this, in other words, this stage is a stage of what? Categorization. It's a stage of categorization. It's a stage of categorization. So you are categorizing the data so that you can manipulate it well. Okay? You so you can manipulate it well. Now, by the time you do the categorization, you now do what we call data visualization. Okay. Out. So, what is talking now? For very in this work. So you can use smart card, iCard, right? All those things. Chat, download. If you just give the vision, oh, from the way these people are now, you don't stop the So some use bar chart to do the thing, right? So I want to visualize it now. What then the next thing now you have to do that statistics. That the now. So this is the relationship with data now. Okay. Out of this data now, uh, so many people. Now, if I write 205 and 105 is yes, we have 100 people and then there is 100. Oh, so it never resolve. And then your conclusion would then be that what if it turns 20%, it gives you what? This government, about 50 what? Yeah? 51. About 51? Yes. 1%, 50%. Sorry. That was I don't know my 59%. So one by description, by describing the whole thing, you can even conclude from there. Yes, that 50% of the women say they have concluded that they have 1% said that they enjoyed it. But 49 said they have not enjoyed it. It means that the performance of CBN in intervention is slightly on average. That's the reason for based on the speaker. The many describing it in relation to the big. So these are what statistics. Now, but the problem is this. For higher degrees, we'll accept this one at the level of postgraduate diploma. Yes, you can use this one. You can use at the level of postgraduate diploma. Yes, you can use statistics. At the level of masters and PhD, you use both descriptive and inferential. Yeah. So where you use all this mean, median, and all this to describe the population, the sample is the result. That's all right. The problem now is by the time you go to inferential, it becomes a different ballgame. So what is let me ask this simple question. What is descriptive statistics here? That's it.
But I think this statistics is from the lecture you're giving to us.
Yes.
It is the relationship between what is the data and the select
Yes.
and
Yes. Ṣadé wà ní ìjà kò ní join class. No, in the grow as a result of describing from the statistics, just describing, you're just describing it. You're not actually digging into the variables. How do the variable can relate and so on? No, you're not digging into that one. You're only looking at the general screenshot of the result. Assuming now you give a result a class, you have so many courses here, right? We have policy, we have security, and then we have administrative results. I present to all of you. Now we want to look at the performance of the students based on all the courses. And I find out that under policy, if they have about 20 students and 15 students pass. All right, 15 students pass. Now under QC, I have 15 students. Out of the 15, 10 pass. Then I write it. Now I come to peace education and conflict management. I have 10 students, 9 pass, 1 fail. Now you now have to do what? You can't draw conclusion because you have these people fail and you get a conclusion. No, because no will not be. You have to calculate either the deviation or you calculate the average, all right, and see how many of them did well above the average or below the average. Now, you are only describing the whole thing. You're only describing it. But you have not interrogated the variables. What really happened? You get the point. What really happened that in this education you have to go in peace, I have 10 students and 9 4. That's 90%. That's right. Please, let's hold this rudimentary arrangement so that we can get it well. For those of you who don't know statistics like me, all right? So if you're in my category, so let's go gradually. Where is the other? Well, let's see an assessment of athlete performance. Athlete performance. 2020, 23, 24. All right? These are we want to assess. That this one is for exposure. I think it's an assessment project. Okay. Now we now say, okay, in 2023, 2024, public policy and what? And governance. Let's say pass. Let's say fail. We have 15 pass, right? 10 fail. That's the total of 25. Now, security and strategic studies. You have 10 pass, 5 fail, total of 15. Peace and conflict resolution. Okay, 9 pass, 1 fail, 10. Report again. Second one. Okay. 18 pass, 7 fail, total of 25. Very bad record. Technology and community security. Okay. 7 pass, 3 fail, total of 10.
NGO.
NGO. Three, pass. Two, fail. Okay, this is just for example. Okay. Now, you want to describe this result now. You will now say, okay, so what's the percentage of this one? Population of people. You see over 25 times what? 100. Population of people now. Are you like me? Are you those are like me? No. What is 15 over 25 now? What is what percentage? 60. Okay. What of here? What? What of here? 90. What of here?
10.
What of here? Right. You go. You see me now. How can 10? How can this one correct 90? Is it 90?
No, it can't be correct at the community. 18.7.
This one cannot be correct. What is 10? 10 over 15 times 100 is what? 16.
66.6.
Okay, that's 67. Then this one becomes 60. This one becomes 43. All right? Times 3. You see, I told you I don't know. This is so. That's by 3. Then this one is what? 90. This one is what? This one more. 18 over 25 by 100. Calculate chapter. 72. Then this one what? 28. This one 70, right? Huh? Am I right? Okay, this one what? I know this one now. This one 65. Wait. This one is huh?
60.
Oh, I wrote it off, but I'm not thinking on it.
It's 60, correct.
Okay. Now, you see, before this percentage, before you use this percentage, somebody may look at it and say, hey, 15 pass me. This one 18. Hey, the highest. You know so you may easily conclude that, so that work are the best. 18. The demand forgot that the number there is higher. But because you have now introduced percentages, it will help you to draw conclusion. Alright? From the table above, it means that the highest performance is what? These are the highest performance. It means that for 2023-24 session, the highest performance are students in peace and conflict management. That's all I wanted to do when you come back with the results. Right? Now, followed by you may now say that the best 3, you may say the best 3 students, the category of students that came up are what? This is number 1, number 2, and what? This 3, right? That's the best 3. So you can see you're playing around. The best class is this education and conflict management. But the best 3 that we have for this year, we want to give them award now. So I'll give award to this education, social work, and community skills. Community skills. They want to collect the award. So you have a basis for giving them the award. That's the conclusion. Now, this is good result. I'm not saying the result good. I say the analysis is good. Yeah, because you have a foundation to take a decision. So the school now will not take a decision to award to give the award to the bursary. And the worst class, the worst performing class is what? Huh? Worst performing class is what?
Public policy and governance. No, it's a separate matter. Public policy. Public policy and governance are still.
NGO. All right.
NGO and public.
NGO.
Yes.
Yeah, the worst performing class. So you cannot write them down. PP, PPG, and NGO was, but they need to work harder. But again, overall result again. Check the overall result. The overall result that none of the class performed below average. So that's another conclusion of the again. It means that generally the performance in average was high. Because they got from 60 and above, which they beat. So it's a high performing one class. The whole class is high performing one because it's a P and above. No C even. See, that's another conclusion going again. So what would be your recommendation now? The recommendation is to okay, you are recommending that at least keep up the tempo and then encourage peace and you may not find out why the perform like that. Now, by the time you begin to find out why the performance like that, then you're not going to differentiate now. You get the point? You're going deeper now. You now begin to say there's no significant difference between the performance of PPG and social work. No significant difference. See, you are testing about now, right? That's not according to God. There is no significant difference between the performance of PPG students and social work students in 2023, 24, and in office. That's according to number one. So, you now test it. What you're doing now, you're doing differential test. But this one, you have not described the result they got for us, as far as concerned, based on mean performance. I don't understand your point now. So that is the two tools you use now. So for masters, for PGD, for first grade, you just when you do all for the you're okay, you're done well. You skip still about skipping statistics. No, but a master student must interrogate further. A PhD student must go higher. That's why you clearly find that you have more about this test. That matters. All right. So you can begin now to say, okay, you now look at, you can come back again. This one. These PhD students come. Is it all of the things that pass, are they male or female? That's the point. You're going further again. You cannot say, okay, there are no significant difference between the performance of the male and female children and female adults. All right, in that adult students. In policy of public policy of governance, you test between the male and the female. If there's significant be at the end of the day, out of this 15, could be that the female are even 10. Maybe the male are 5. But you see, in descriptive statistics, you only long down descriptive. Good idea. So you're going deeper. You're going deeper to interrogate the benefits. You may again bring the whole submission of this. The whole submission of the students are how many? 40, 50, 80, 90 of you. You may say out of this 90, please, how many of them are here? How many of them are doing work in class? Because you want to find out whether you working in class school, whether their work interfere with their performance. You get the point? Whether these people that perform this way, is it that because they have a lot of time in their work, don't have time to come to class? With their workplace, do you affect their performance? So again, you sit them down again and clarify and interrogate them. So by the time you're interrogating all this, you're doing inferential statistics. Because you no longer use percentage, you don't use mean, you don't use variance, and so on again. You just use t-test, and so on and so on. Now, let me use the same example of this to another test. Suppose now you ask the question, what is the difference? There's no single relationship between the performance of PPG and social work. We have to put it earlier, didn't it? That's what our opponent said. There's no significant difference between PPG and SW. Correct? So, our null hypothesis is there's no significant difference between what? PPG and social work students. In their what? Performance. Their exact performance. The 2023, 24, what? Session. This is not up, right? How do you write no? It's what? It's the small like this. Like this. Okay, like this. Like this. Yeah. I told you that I understand to that. Like this? Yes. Okay. What's that? Okay, that's how it is. All right. Now there's an alternative. There's alternative hypothesis. Am I right? No alternative. Yeah? This is a symbol for null hypothesis. We call it null hypothesis. Normally stated in negative form. And all that's just the basic proof. It's normally stated in what? In negative form. What alternative hypothesis stated in positive form? There is a significant relationship between PPD and the movement. Yes. So now, what I will do, what do you need to do now? What is the mean? What is the performance now for PPD students? Pardon? 60%. No, this 60% for those who pass, right? Yes. So what is the average performance? Assuming that, okay, let's look this one. Let's assume that this is the average. So you will now calculate average performance, all right? Or now call the mean performance. Another one for mean is what? Average, right? So average performance for PPG, average performance for social work. So average performance, assuming the average performance is here is 60, average performance here is what? 72. Now let's agree that this is mean performance. I want to know whether the speaker is not moving. No problem talking about somebody just yes, of course. The relationship means that if there any difference, is it much that we can make any position on it. So what you do here is that where it involves two means, you're comparing two means. We use what we call teachers. Teachers. All right? But where the mean is above 3 and above, where the mean is 3 and above, use ANOVA. So ANOVA apparently is an extended t-test. A t-test is a test that uses to compare the means of two main data sets. All right? Now we use, but where the data set is more than 2, we use what? We use ANOVA. So we're going to that demonstration later, but I don't want to understand the flow of your argument here. All right? So let's go back to where we are. This is our assessment of active performance. You can bring out another hypothesis here. There is no significant difference between the male and the female students of APIS as far as what in the 2023, 24 academic year. Oh, yes. So what you do here is that you do what? You classify them again into you put them all together. We have a total of how many students here? 90? Yes. 90. Out of this 90 now, you say female, all right, and male. So you go back again and dismantle and then classify them again into bring out the male. Not you see you're going to classify based on costs. Now you do now that categorization again into gender. So you go back to this stage now where we discuss. You go to the issue of formatting and visualization. So because doing the whole data again now, okay, I will count the male, female, count the male. Don't forget you have marked the whole result there is marked. So all you do you have visualize your formatting. So you're formatting according to what? According to gender now. Bring out gender, bring male, female. So at the end of the day, you now count how many female pass, how many male pass. So supposing now let's go back to our supposing out of this 90, 60 are female, 30 are male. And out of this 60 female, 40 pass. And then how many fail? 20 fail. Sorry, let me go back here now. Are you seeing it from the back? Yes. Okay. Don't worry, let me know if it's right. So, performance by gender. Today we have 16, all right? And male we have what? Now, past result. 40. Is it 40? Yes, that's fair result. 20. This one past result. And this is all that is pass. Okay, I'm going to 20 pass. I fail. 10. So what is the percentage now? For female, Calculate the unit.
For period of us,
66 pounds. Okay, that's 68. No, no, okay. I thought it's 66.7. 67 now. No, okay. 33 now. Now, what of a male? Thank you. Okay, yes, sir. 67, yes, sir. Okay. That is correct. Correct? Yeah, that is correct. Okay. So, this one now, you go to this one, you now, if you get the mean, you see use test to get the average. The mean of the two sides. Okay. So if by the time you understand some of this, or then we cannot come there one by one, do the test. I'll give you an example of some of the tests we know, but the common one we use here, particularly in this social research work that we do. We use t-tests, we use ANOVA, we use chi-square. These are commonly used ones that you rarely go to find because in most cases you are looking at that. But where you want to measure dispatcher, or you want to correlate, then you can use pair one rank correlation, all right? You can use pairsing and so on. So my assignment, no assignment. No assignment here. So let me give just some few notes to tell, just write a few notes. I told you that for t-tests, we employ t-tests to do what? To compare the means of what? Two groups. Yes, two groups. The means of two groups. We use t-test for it. So that means that by the time you bring your data, and you have two sets of means, you want to compare them to see whether there's relationship with them. What do you use as t-tests? All right. Number two, but where you're comparing the means of three or more groups, use ANOVA. Number three, pardon? Is it? Number two, where you are comparing three or more groups, mean groups, and means of three groups or more, use ANOVA. Use ANOVA. Number three, where you're comparing the means of, you're comparing the observed frequencies, you know there are some frequencies you observe. There are frequencies that you expect. Sometimes your expectation may not be, they do not go together. You know, we don't want to have expected frequencies and observed frequencies. That I was going to be later. Where you are measuring or comparing observed frequencies as well as expected frequencies, you use chi-square. Use chi-square. So a chi-square is normally used for comparing observed frequencies and expected frequencies. Chi-square. Chi, C-H-I, all right, and then square. Chi-square. There are statistical play for it, simple for it, because you have all the simple code. All right, use chi-square. So that one you compare because you see your response is going to come in frequencies. Your response come in frequencies. So some people observe this one, they are saying this, they count the frequencies. So people saying yes, 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 no, 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 no. All right. Now, so what will be now? You compare it against the expected one you have set for it. So once you're comparing both the expected one and the observed one, you use chi-square. All right. You will come to that. Now, but for correlational studies, there's some study you want to correlate to see, look at whether there's significant correlation between X and B. You can use Spearman rank correlation, Spearman rank correlation coefficient, and so on.
Spear.
Yeah. Yeah. For the what? Ranking correlation coefficient, Spearman. We only have Pearson, so on. So we we're only going to use 5 tools now to demonstrate. So we're not going to expose to so many statistical tools. As I said, you can actually, the whole idea is to give you have a working knowledge of it. You have platforms that you can actually leverage on it. But it's good for you to know how to use it more. All right? Those of you who are statisticians now, how many of you are statisticians here? So that's the time for you to teach us now. How do you use teachers now? Can you come and teach us? Can you come and teach us? They are basic things now. Is it undergraduate? Everybody this one is undergraduate now. So for now, what I want to do before we take on the differential aspect now. Now look at your work. I want to take a look at your work. Chapter 1, 2, and 3. Descriptive statistics is good because it gives you the first picture of it. So you're going to use both, not that you're going to use only differential. No, you use both to describe the whole gamut of your result. If I ask you now, how are you going to describe your result? No, you have not come up with a field anyway. But suppose that you have an idea about what kind of hypothesis you have. Can I have an idea about the kind of statistics and the hypothesis you have? You have an idea? Madam, can you read your own hypothesis? Please, everybody turn to your hypothesis. Let me see. Let's go back to your hypothesis. Pardon?
I said mine is more of statistics, so I'm not very detailed.
Yeah, you're not within social science, so you can speak. So your own wahala too much. Can I have an idea about your? Let's do some illustration with your own work. Just like we did with Madam's case now. All right, you have an idea about your work, right, Madam? Yeah. So can I have an idea about your own work? Because by the time we come back in the afternoon, we're going to go into detail of how to use statistics, also the statistics now. But my interest now is on how to calculate your. These are basic elements of statistics now. How to calculate your mean, your mode, your median, and so on. So if you're lazy, if you don't have an idea about it.
I don't know the magnitude of their questionnaires and the rest. So they can put their questionnaires, they will not enter the.
I don't want to go to somewhere else. I don't want to go to somewhere else. Yes, let's have a working knowledge of it. You know, there's some ways that people be very lazy. But yeah, we should go to explain them. That's why I have to come and teach your teachers when you say, "Hey, okay, you go back to here. Worry."
What I see, we don't have, we have different software that we use now. But
Those softwares are making you very lazy now. Those software are making you very lazy.
I think
I have the softwares I won't give you now because I want you to have an idea first. Yeah. Because demonstrate how you can use some of them. Software, I have all the softwares. But the point now is that if I give you now, you'll be lazy. You see, it's not about mathematics. I'm not teaching you mathematics here. I give you my experience last year and yesterday. I said I even struggle with it too. But the idea is that you can have some working knowledge of it now. You know so? We say just because machine is there, you say, oh, machine come and do it for me. The machine will push you out of work one day. Uh-huh. Uh, somebody talking there, yes? What?
You said for
Yes, we have so many correlation studies. We have Spearman rank correlation. We have Pearson. So there are about two of them that we give you to look at it. But it's for correlational studies. Yes. Dispersion, that is the base of dispersion. That's why you use variance. Yeah, you use variance and regressional analysis as well. Yeah. Because this data equally dispersed from the mean. The data that one that you use relationship with the mean, that most of what we're doing now is to prove relationship with the mean. But there's some that will give you push you away. But the like variance, very variance. So it gives you an idea about how far are you from the mean. You know, the mean gives you a normal curve. All right? Uh-huh. So basically, that's how far the basic elementary description knowledge. But the main one now is to go to how to use these three I've given you, and then the other two. So we have 5 major statistics that we actually teach.
Because the rate one class is mainly students.
Yeah, you see, because your knowledge is so high now that you don't want to remember the elementary school now. Those of us. Okay. So give us sample how to use calculation now. Any questions so far? Yes, Chief. Yes. Good people are not like.
yeah. Yes.
The study of what? Yeah. Yeah. Where did you get that? Where did you get that? You see what? You got. You cannot measure the perception. Yeah?
Express value.
Yes.
Not like part of the integral value. In terms of I those.
You have let us. Yeah.
Yeah.
After I'm saying I can't apply the number.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, if I get two right, you're trying to say that you're measuring perception now, you must reduce everything to numbers now. All right? And you're asking the question, how do you reduce numbers? Yes. Yeah.
And that asking them about what about working about offices, space, practice, measures, now, some
Now let me make a simple point to you here. Research statistics is about numbers. For you to measure, you must as much as possible reduce everything to numbers. I will know very well. For you to measure and play around with the variables, you must reduce them to what? Numbers. Let me give you an example now. Let's see a typical percentage for entrepreneur here. Now, your questionnaire now, you want to look at, let's go back to where we are now. And we want to find out about what is measure perception. Can I help you on top? Let me use your top this one.
Yes, it's probably
Or someone has to have, do you have any?
a study of the perception of included strategies for communication.
Okay, give me one of your objectives. Your research question. Give me one of the
Is to
it's not, I want you to say, I'm doing you already, your
yes, I'm not English.
there's the M, so many there. Now, can you give me, do you have any questionnaire that you have? Or so somebody can give me one of his objectives?
You can
Or give me one of your objectives on the study. Somebody give me a objective. What objective on the study? But I give you a objective on your study.
the relationship between farmers, sellers, class, conflicts.
Yeah, what was your objective there?
Okay, to study the relationship between farmers, sellers, classes, and impact on food security.
Impact of, you're looking at impact of farmer hazard. All right?
Yeah.
On what?
Food security.
Now this is because every objective take a section in your questionnaire. You get the point? Every objective take what? A section in your questionnaire. Now assuming this is section D. Impact of farmer hazard on food security. And you ask the question now. We have frequent farmer other farmer clashes in your community. You will now say strongly agree. Huh? You now say agree. All right?
Sure.
Yeah? You now say undecided. You now say disagree. You now say strongly agree. So in this case, you're not asking the question now. Please, class, look at this video very well. The moment you put it in this Likert scale form, you don't ask a question here. You don't be a professional. The moment you have Likert scale of this nature, this one gives you are asking for yes or no. The moment you need to put the Likert scale now, it means that this question goes automatically off. It's a statement you make before the person agrees with you on certain. Yeah, you get the point. Yeah. It's not the question. The person will not agree with the question now. It's the statement you're posing to him. Yeah. There are frequent what?
Clashes.
There are frequent clashes between farmer and other in my community. In my community. Aside 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the person who put SA, yes, 5 points. So at the end of the day, those figures will come on computer and get the mean. Not longer correct. So if you pick all of these ones and pick out 200 respondents, how many of them say SA, put them all together? How many of them say 4, put them all together? How many say, just like you supposed to have now that's something they tell they will have policy, social work, and the rest. So you pick all of these values. So your analysis will now be SA, so A, so UD, so DA, so SDA, so. So maybe this one represent your public policy, this one represent your security, this one represent your and let's I'm not a pathetic example, I don't say this one. But this is exactly how you change the performance now, the percentage now into figures. To enable you to work, calculate the mean and so on, and deviation. At the end of the day, you have the summation, all right? How much of this one? How much of this? How much of this? How much of this? So that you, pardon? The mean? No, I don't have the whole data now. I don't use one. Use this one because what that means is that you have this SA. If you have 200 sample size, how many of them tick SA? You get the point. Then how many of them tick A? How many of them tick UG? How many of them tick SDE. So we disagree. No, it's a liquor scale. You're putting on a liquor now. The liquor, you are assigning figures to them based on your hypothesis. You see, a liquor scale has one liquor scale may have 5 points, another may have 4. You're gonna have you use the 4-point liquor scale, you will remove it in total. Some people sometimes tend to remove this one. All right. So it depends on the liquor scale you're using. You have to put them on a liquor scale, on the scale. You're scaling it. Because you have to produce everything, reduce it to number. You're confused, right?
No. So I think it's something like the word of God.
What about other people?
Oh, I think the problem is the
Liquor scale. Oh, you know how about liquor scale? Okay. What? Yes. Louder, please. Yes.
That is saying they strongly disagree.
Yes.
How do you now present it on the letter scale?
You have already assigned this stuff to them now. That's one now. You can calculate all they are doing now.
So that's what he's trying to say that if you assign between 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, that you now find the weight
Yes. Yes.
divided by this.
Any person that says so disagree, 1 point. Yeah.
So what is this right now?
Those who say strongly agree.
Agree.
You decide on the number you become the
Okay. See. Assume it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. We ask the question. Are there frequent choices between farmers and others in the community? All of us, and this is a very important. And they say, okay, you strongly agree. Just take the second for you to agree. Don't agree. Because I will get my own statement now. The statement is that there are frequent choices between farmers and others in the community. Who is your community now? As soon as you feel it now, and you know that there are no frequent classes. You agree with me? Huh? So if you say that was small, that means that
So that is not my problem.
what if
So what I'm saying is, how you have your data,
yes,
and you are now analyzing it, and then okay, maybe grouping them, their response,
yes,
strongly agree, undecided,
yes,
disagree, and strongly disagree. So how do you now present it on the letter scale? Make it a 4 or 5.
this is the second scale already now.
I know. What I'm saying is, what is the essence of this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
See, at times they will tell you in a scale of 0 to 10, how do you rate this? They will give them if you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now when they tell you, do you like it? You might decide, I don't really like it. That is your undecided. You can now give it the number that is under undecided. You put it there. You are following up. Then we say, oh, I like it very much. Now put 5.
So you are assigning you are
Responsive to your question.
It's your feeling that the questionnaire wants to get. How you like what is happening. Is there clashes?
So what 200 is strongly disagree or agree?
Before you do that, you have to get the whole aspect of the people. That's what they're talking about. I'm just you have to decide the need. That is how you might get the percentage.
Oh wow, I was just giving the expression to you. You got me talking. Supposing now I said I agree, all right, and she said I agree, and then she said strongly agree, I said strongly agree. So already the point for agree is what? It's 4. It's 4. So that means my statement agree, the level of my agreement is 4. The level of agreement is 4. Level of 4. Who's 12? Now the level of your strongly agreement is what? 5. So that means they will have 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5. So we compute them now. The summation of them gives me what I want now. So it's then I'm going to play with the figures. Now that I've gotten figures now, I start playing with them now to get the mean, to get the this. So if I want to get the mean of all of this now, I divide it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I divide it by 6 and I get my mean. Get the point? So if I have go to another group again, I use their own, I divide it by the number, I get their mean. So I want to do teachers now, so compare the group mean now and the group mean here and the group mean there. You get my point? Suppose we have two communities. And one community gives you their own. Maybe here we belong to one community. All right? Maybe this is Kugabe. And then this one is what? Metama? No, you are not Metama. You are Kuje. You are Kuje. Supposing this is Kuzabe and that is Kuje. All right? And I bring the same question that I bring. And here, maybe in Kuzabe, we don't have so many classes. So the tendencies that I'm going to have disagree. I have to disagree with my statement. That there's different classes in Kuzabe, with your own community. The tendency that you're going to give me disagree. Am I right? So your scores will only be 2 for 1. So if you are 10 here, I will calculate your mean. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, that totally, and then divide it by the number of people I found for now. Then I leave them, I go to another community again, community of the classes. Maybe this is Kuje now. I will administer the same question to them again. Maybe Kuje, they know that they've been having classes. They will agree with me. They will say strongly agree. Tendency that I have so many strongly agree here. So I will not total your own now, and then divide it by the number of teachers that I get them. See, I have the mean of 2 classes now. Your mean of Rabe and the mean of Kuje. Then, going by our basic rules, what to go into that now, I'll do what? Index.
Because I want you to strongly disagree to this, because you're not biased.
No, it's not biased, it's perception now. Don't consider nobody measures perception. That's what they will agree with me. So the biases you have fixed on them, you're going to part of that ensure that the issue measures that. Because your role is not paper with any person responsible. Okay? So that is that for now. It is important that you know how to break your anywhere. And if you put your question in social computer in the different scale form, is how it is. But it is yes or no. Right? Whenever you yes or no, you only classic. Don't say yes, yeah. Don't say no, yeah. You get my point. So you now begin to reject the 2 means. And it's possible for you to group all those who say strongly agree and strongly disagree, including everybody compared to interrogate. Yes, sir.
So, basically, what we're looking at here is the quantitative aspect and the numbers. I mean, we have kind of numbers, so we are using to fix the analysis. Yes. We also know that the other component that we have done like politics, we have used like focus group discussion,
Come there now. So what you are doing your question now, I said that the farmers, those it means that there's no situation between the perception of those who say that they are likely to area. Between the and today, the difference. That we reject the non-hypothesis. But the similar for them, it wasn't okay. That's a good story. We need to uphold the non-hypothesis. But you can go ahead and do just like you pointed out now. That is just one aspect of the result. Maybe you did group discussion. Maybe you did observation. But based on my observation, this observation seems to not agree with the result. Based on all something they feel again. Assuming you interview in the local chiefs or just leader, And they say, no, we didn't have nothing at all. Food supply, everything, in fact, the pricing because of maybe the order agents who came to buy them and hold them. That's why the price are high. So even though the respondents say this, but the further interrogation indicates that is it the activities of what others who come to buy the food and they make it very hard. So it's part of enriching your work. That's why we always advise you don't use one instrument. Try to add another one because it helps you to clear, do more light and enrich your work. So even though this questionnaire was out of the who said this, however, an interview with social persons indicated that this the activity of others that made the price high. Yes. So, but if they agree, if they on the stairs, in fact, people cannot go to their farm and so on, then you're collaborating your work. You're collaborating your work. So I advise you to, while you do that one, try to use another instrument for that agree to work. Okay? Yes.
How do you get alternate hypothesis?
So the alternate hypothesis is that you reject the lower hypothesis to accept the alternate, which is most cases stated in positive form. While one hypothesis is always in what? In negative form. It's one open to the other. So if you reject it, one to accept the other. Yes. So I think that's now for now. Let me allow you to rest now. You're talking on another thing. Yes.
How do you starting the self
That's chapter 3. That's why we're reading now. The sample size, sample size.
Yes.
That outreach is a good thing. That's not my work now. My work now is just for your body. Part of your position is whatever. The sample size is derived from the what? From the population. So, I tell that out. So, you have problem with that one. The person who taught you chapter 3. Who will it? Or her. Here, I'm teaching you chapter 4. Okay? Welcome, madam. Okay? So, I think I have nobody class to that because you come out. My next class apparently is from demonstrate how to use t-tests and so on. Yeah, t-tests, and if you have the time, we use ANOVA. Don't be very practical. Ask of use t-tests. That's why I would advise come along with your work. Because your work is to analyze it. Yeah, it's very important. Okay. So, yes. Question online. No question online.
Just to engage them.
Okay, those of you online, you know that I'm not about to keep you online. Yeah. Because this is a active class.
Yes.
Yeah. I can allow you for now, but I'm not supposed to. Do you have any questions there online?
No, sir.
Do you have any questions there?
No, sir.
No, sir.
My advice, please try and begin to walk. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Because the moment you are lagging behind, the truth is that it's even going to come with you. Yeah. If you upgrade your work, by now I expect that you will have your chapter 1, chapter 3. by now. So you should be fine-tuning your instrument now. Don't forget, how many of you seen have one semester? How many of you seen it once after this one? How many have one in that semester? How's all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have them. How many of you are feeling the semester coursework now? After this semester? Oh. Those of you who are feeling your coursework now, don't feel your coursework and go. You tell them you want to take. Please, make sure it's ready. So that by the time you finish your coursework, one of the things you have done your seminar, one seminar at least, see that one more seminar. So that in this second year, you should begin to think of how you can now defend your proposal. Those of you defend your proposal, we are seeing what it done. You need to do it again. So for some of you. So they will see, the assessor will still come back and look at it again. The seminar paper, you see the look on again. I don't know whether have you effected the corrections?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, it's
Are they ready?
submitted.
You have submitted it, right? How many of you have not submitted a seminar paper? Corrected seminar paper. Why? Huh? You submit that just as just when you decide to do that. You just submit it when you decide to do that. Please, better do that right away. Because, as I said, that's your exam. And we look forward to another second semester paper again. That one is part of your work now. Those of you who did the conference and present paper, that means that you have an advantage for one. Because this one without form part of your score for your persist. Yes. And you are going to. So what that means that have additional two. No, you have just for one more. You have one more. You wrote 2, 3. And then publish 2. Alright? So 2, 3 are published.
For PhD, sir.
Yeah?
For PhD.
Yes.
The ones that are for
Do 2, publish 1. Do 2 are published 1. Okay? Then, have you got all your certificates?
no.
I got all of them. For your seminar, and I don't know who do the leadership course. I think your certificates are ready as well. John, 12 million. Yeah, 12 million now. Yeah, student. Otherwise, I'll know your own certificates. Okay. Now, what happens is this. By the time we do what we are doing for preparation for exercise, all this will be in your file. You know, we are giving you some of these things that, in case you don't have it, because you cannot be internal examination without this certificate for your file. Yes, because I want they are the exhibit to show that you are trying to do. In fact, the people who don't use your piece for first, they will not. Because we will take your file. Don't forget you're doing the best because yes, you are still with it. Yes, you are trying to do it. No, because there is regarding you along with production. That's not what you do. Your number will be serialized with other faculty. So you are just like the faculty now. So the PG school will have to serialize. Don't forget that you are not defending at once. You are not going to class and everybody carries course. So by that time we have 2 here that are qualified for defense. And you have 2 faculty of science. You have 2 faculty of education. You have maybe 1 faculty of medicine. The students that are serialized. Yeah. That's teaching and conservation. So what we will now forward your own. It will be so if in our own assessment that you are qualified, if you put all of it together qualified on what it's but sometimes again, you have your own. So you see, you will have your certificate for the conference you did. You have certificate for the seminar you presented and other courses you did, put them together. So that's exhibit that you did the seminar. That's evidence that you did this. So your file will be taken yourself, but if you're qualified for that, you now invite you for it. Otherwise, we will invite you. So your file can be there, staying 6 months there. So that's the you. So if somebody from your junior will be found that they are not the person. And that's the reason why. So we want you to please keep these documents together, open your file, write them to your later, come on the everything, put them, file them there. So that by the time you go for clearance, you have to do your clearance very quickly. Then you have to take them on. What the evidence together. Yeah. Our role is that by the time we prepare you up to the salary first, you are done with you. Once all your results, you can find there. You have all your results and everything. Where's your own? Machan Manuel. No problem. Dora, Ali, Poli. Hola, todo soon. Richard, Idia, Imana. Docas, EJ, Musa. No,
it's Mr. Dr. John.
Docas, are you work? Okay, just hold on, just hold on, go inside for us. Yes. Lilian, look at that. Oh, voilà. She made it, make up.
Yes, I do.
Okay, my phone.
Remember the days we were young, wild and free, basic getting sprung.